The Brave Man of Nameless Land. Once upon a time there was a man, and he had 3 daughters. While there was peace, they lived well and did not grieve. However, one day a great war broke out. The king issued decrees and sent to all cities and all regions. Heralds were blowing horns for 3 days and calling people to arms. Finally, the turn has come for a man with 3 daughters. He gathered for the army. The eldest daughter saw him and asked,
"Where are you going, Father?"
To war, my dear. I was not lucky to have a son, so I'm going myself.
Father, I will go.
The lot of daughters is to care for the household.
I will immediately pack up and hit the road.
She put on the armor, tucked her saber under her belt, jumped on her horse, said goodbye, and off she was. What should the father do? He put on animal skins and ugly clothes. Disguised as master, he took another pass and appeared in front of her near the bridge. The horse was scared and began to snort, and the girl immediately ran back home. The father remained unknown, took another path, returned home and asked her,
Did the war end already?
A monster jumped out in front of me. The horse was scared and turned back.
So the father began to gather for the army again. The middle daughter came to him and asked,
"Where are you going, Father?"
To war, to distant lands. I was not lucky to have a son, so now I will go myself.
"Let me go, Father."
Well, since the older one could not, then you may try.
"I'm going. I'm leaving immediately."
She put on the armor, tucked her saber under her belt, jumped on her horse, said goodbye, and off she was. The father took another pass, reached the bridge, turned into the master, and jumped in front of her. The girl's horse snorted, reared up, and backed away. The girl was also frightened. She turned the horse back and whipped it to run faster back home. The father took another pass, returned home earlier, and said to her,
What, dear? You already finished?
A monster jumped out in front of me, and the horse rushed home.
Oh, I knew it would be so.
He began to prepare for the 3rd time. Suddenly, the youngest daughter saw him.
"Father, where are you going?"
To war, dear. I was not lucky to have a son, so now I will go myself.
"I will go to war."
How can you go when your sisters could not?
"I'm asking of you, Father, to let me go. Why don't you let me?"
Little by little, she convinced the father, and he had to allow it. The girl began to prepare for the journey. She found the saber, the armor, and father's saddle on the attic and lowered them into the house. Then she shook the dust out of them and went to choose a horse from the herd. The girl took a tray of smoldering coals and placed it between the horses, but the horses did not even look at the smoldering coals. Only one, extremely weak horse, came up and began to eat. The girl tried to take the horse aside, but it said,
"Do not drive me away. Pick me, because I am best guide."
So the girl put the reins over the horse's head and put on the saddle. The horse said,
"Mistress, let me walk around the house and change the old mare's mane to the one of the foal."
She let the horse go, and when the horse returned, it said,
"Now let me go to the forest, graze for 3 days, and drink spring water. A horse will come out of me. For a daring war, when the order is issued, no one will stop me anymore."
The girl let the horse go. It went into the forest, and for 3 days and 3 nights it grazed in the meadows and drank spring water fountains. On the 4th day, the horse returned like no other horses and asked,
"How do we go? Like a thought, or like the wind?"
If we go like a thought, then we will get lost. Let's better go like the wind, shaking the earth.
She said goodbye to everyone, mounted the horse, and off she was. She went as far as she could and saw the giant army preparing for the battle. The warriors were ready to throw spears, to cut with sabers, and to strike with maces. She rushed at the enemy, chopping them with a saber, leaving a few alive to convey the news of their defeat. Word spread about this glorious warrior, but since no one knew his name, people called him the Nameless Warrior of the Nameless Land. When she found out about the Nameless Warrior, she immediately sent her son to bring him to see with her own eyes how strong and mighty he was. The serpent came out dressed, armed, on a horse, and soon met the Nameless Warrior and returned home with him. When the serpent's mother saw the warrior, she realized that it was a girl and said,
My dear, the warrior that you brought is a girl. But to be sure of this, take her to the shop with women's clothes. If she looks at them, then it is a girl.
But the horse knew this and told the girl not to look at women's clothes in the shop. They walked from one woman's clothing shop to another. The girl scolded.
You silly serpent! Why are you showing me women's clothes? Where are the men's clothes? Where's the armor?
The serpent returned home, being angry at his mother.
Well, you are telling lies.
It is a girl, believe me, my dear. But she is very smart. While I am cooking, call her to the Dniester to swim. And if she refuses, then it is a girl.
Come on, knight. We will swim in the Dniester.
The horse said to the girl,
Take me with you. The dragon wants you to swim because he suspects that you are a girl. He will tell you to undress, and you pretend to undress, but then I will run, and you will follow me as if you are trying to catch me.
When they reached the river, they began to tell each other to undress, and none of them wanted to go first. Finally, the serpent agreed to be the first one. He undressed and got into the water. The girl pretended she was also going to undress, but suddenly the horse ran free. She ran after the horse so far that the serpent could no longer see her.
You are my mother, but you are telling lies.
It is a girl. Believe me, my dear.
After the warrior left, the serpent's mother ordered her son to prepare a cart with distaffs and go through the country. If the girl learns about it and gets in the cart to choose a distaff, then it will become clear that she is a girl. The serpent put the best and the nicest distaffs in the cart and hit the road. Passing through one village, through another, he came across the house of a peasant with 3 daughters. The elder daughter asked,
What is in your cart?
Spinning wheels.
Well, let me see them.
Get in the cart and choose.
These spinning wheels are good for nothing.
Soon the middle daughter came and asked,
What is in your cart?
Spinning wheels.
Well, let me see them.
Get in the cart and choose.
The middle daughter examined and said,
These spinning wheels are good for nothing.
Finally, the youngest daughter came and asked what was in the cart. The girl got in the cart to choose a distaff, and the serpent headed home. The father, the mother, and her sisters ran after the cart. When they ran up to it, they saw the girl already high in the sky. They all shouted.
Don't talk
Don't
there
talk
for
there
9
for 9
days.
days.
Talk there for 9 days.
However, she did not hear, and it seemed to her that she should not speak for 9 years. The serpent carried the girl to his house. The girl stayed silent. She stayed this way for a day, 2, 3, not a word uttered. One day, serpent's mother said to her son,
What kind of dumb did you bring into the house? She is beautiful, but she has no voice.
Maybe she is shy. She will talk later.
Later, the serpent's mother, seeing that the girl was still silent, said to her son,
My dear son, let me send her to the feast from which she will not come back.
After a while, they began to prepare for the wedding. The girl understood everything but did not speak. One day, the serpent's mother said to her,
You must go to the old wicked witch and bring a fine sieve of silk and a rare sieve of feather grass to sift for the wedding.
She heard the serpent's mother say. The girl set off on a journey. She walked and walked, traveling through many places of the kingdom, through green forests, through flowering meadows, and came to a house. She knocked on the gate. The Holy Friday with a little dog appeared and said,
If you are a good one, come to our little house. If you are a bad one, go away. Otherwise, I'll let my little dog with iron body and steel teeth grind you.
I'm the good one.
The girl entered the house and said,
Mistress, do you know which road leads to the old wicked witch? The serpent's mother sent me to bring a fine sieve of silk and a rare sieve of feather grass.
She did not send you to bring a sieve. She sent you to death. Take this handkerchief and keep it. It will help you if you get into trouble.
The missus showed her the way, and the girl went on. She walked and walked until she came to the Holy Saturday. She knocked at the gate. The Holy Saturday came out with a little dog and said,
If you are a good girl, come to our little house. If you are a bad one, go away. Otherwise, I let my little dog with iron body and steel teeth grind you.
I am the good one.
She entered the house and said,
The serpent's mother sent me to the old wicked witch to bring a fine sieve of silk and a rare sieve of feather grass.
The serpent's mother did not send you to bring a sieve. She sent you to death. Take this brush. It will help you in time of need.
The Holy Saturday gave the girl a brush and showed her the way. She walked and walked until she reached the Holy Sunday. She knocked on the gate. The Holy Sunday came out with a little dog and said the same.
If you are a good girl, come into our little house. If you are a bad one, go away. Otherwise, I let my little dog with iron body and steel teeth grind you.
I'm the good one.
She entered the house. Holy Sunday asked why she came.
The serpent's mother sent me to take a fine sieve of silk and a rare sieve of feather grass to sift for the wedding.
Oh dear, she gave you a challenging task. The serpent's mother did not send you to bring a sieve. She sent you to death. I will help you. Take this box and keep it. It will help you when you get into the trouble.
She gave her the box and showed the way to the old wicked witch. The girl thanked her and walked on through the vast forests, through the wide and rapid rivers, and reached the house where the old wicked witch.
Oh, girl, who sent you to me?
The witch sent me to Grandma Clonsa to take sieves of silk and feather grass to sift the wedding.
Come on, Come to me. I will give you the sieves.
The girl entered the house and sat down at the table. The old wicked witch told her,
While I am in the pantry looking for sieves made of silk and feather grass, you should drum.
But she did not go for the sieves. She went to sharpen her teeth, to eat the girl, to keep her in place. She made her to drum so that she would know when the girl wanted to run away if she knew how. Sitting at the table, the girl heard a mouse walking around the house.
Pee! Beautiful maiden! Grab the sieves and run out of the house! For Grandma Cloensta is already sharpening her teeth in the pantry and will soon come for you. Let me beat the drum, and you take the sieves and run!
The girl took the sieves and ran as fast as she could. The mouse kept drumming. The old wicked witch heard the drum and calmly sharpened her teeth. She went into the room and saw that the girl was gone. The sieve disappeared, and the mouse threw the drum, squeaked, and ran into the hole. Then the old wicked witch set off to pursue the girl. She ran as fast as lightning, tore the ground, and shouted,
Wait! Give me back the silk sieve.
The old wicked witch ran fast and almost got close to the girl. When the girl looked back, the old wicked witch was reaching out to grab her. The girl threw a brush and it turned into a thick and dark forest. The wicked witch could not get through it. She stuck and began to crunch the forest. She crunched as much as she could and made a pathway through the forest. The old wicked witch was terribly angry and she shouted,
Wait, girl! Give me back the silk sieve!
The girl ran without looking back. The old wicked witch was up to catch her. The girl took her handkerchief and threw it back. The handkerchief formed an endless lake. The old wicked witch could neither pass nor get around that lake. She began to drink water. Sip after sip she made her way. When she passed, she ran after the girl again. The old wicked witch yelled,
Wait! Girl! Give back the sieves, and I will not eat you then!
The girl kept on running. The old wicked witch almost caught up her again. The girl threw the box back. The box turned into a high mountain. The mountain was as high as the sky. The old wicked witch could neither pass nor get around. So the old wicked witch began to crunch the stone. The witch had only one fang left in her mouth. Still, she tried to crunch the stone. There was only one slab left of the whole mountain, but the witch did not have teeth left to crunch it, and she turned back home. The serpent and his mother were surprised that the girl not only ran away from the old wicked witch, but also brought both sieves. Those who had come to the old wicked witch before lost their lives. All this time the serpent was preparing for the wedding, but with a different bride. The girl entered the house and saw the serpent's bride. She stopped at the door and shouted,
Kitty, come here from under the hearth.
At these words, the serpent's bride turned into a cat, jumped up, and ran away. Hearing this, the serpent hastened to embrace her. He said,
My swallow, I recognize you. You were the warrior of the Nameless land.
The girl slipped out of his hands, turned into a swallow, and flew out the window. The serpent rushed after her, managed to grab her tail with 2 fingers, but only tore out the middle feathers. Since then, the swallow has a red neck and a forked tail. The serpent lived alone and no longer chased the brides. The swallow and the cat do not get along because once they both were the serpent's brides.